Welcome back, y'all. Welcome back. I'd like to welcome you back here at 6 o'clock. We're a little bit after 6, so we have to, sometime we have to switch cameras over, switch mics over, but it's all good. Just giving a few minutes for everybody to come in. Just like to hope everyone having a great Sunday and has enjoyed their day. Hope everybody's just enjoying their time with their families or whatever you do on Sunday. We hope you enjoy that time with them. So just give it a few minutes. Just gonna give it a few minutes. Going. This is one of these topics that a lot of people don't like to talk about. A lot of people don't even want to even entertain these type of topics, but it's happening. It's happening, and it's real. If you're in the chat, let me know. Let us know that the sound is good. Just let us know. Give us a chance and let us know. What's happening, Kitty? Welcome back. Welcome back. Just let us know how it sounds. Kitty, let us know how it sounds. Everything sound okay. Happy. And make sure, matter of fact, I meant to say it on your podcast. Everybody, we have some extreme weather right now. It's hot. It is really hot. Make sure that you are hydrated. Make sure that you're hydrated. Okay, thank you. Make sure that you're drinking plenty of fluids. We're in a different type of heat right now, and it is serious out there. It is hot. I got to go out there after a while anyway because I got to put a battery in my car. I'm glad I already had one. Thank God for that. And but yes, thank you for that, Kitty. Excuse me. We appreciate everyone joining in. So if it's your first time here, welcome to Real Talk Conversation, where a platform has been created to come together and commune together and not divide each other. We got enough of division going on in this world right now. We don't need a whole lot of that. I bet so out there in Arizona. I think Friday, one day I was watching the news and they were talking about Arizona. And I said, whoo, there's some extreme heat out there. Woo. So if that's your first time, join us today. And everybody that's been here, welcome back to Real Talk Conversations. We're here. We're going to talk about a subject today. We're going to talk about a subject today. I might talk about, hey, what's going on, Keisha? What's going on? Welcome back. Welcome back. Thank you. Thank each and every one of you all for your support. Not only monetary, but thank you for your support of coming on and enjoying the time with us and just relaxing, sitting back. Brandon got down. He can't get too cold, so
Yeah.
he can't get too cold.
I know some people are like, I know you got.
Yeah, no, he can't get too cold. So we try to keep it cool in here.
Yeah.
In here. So then he get cold and yeah, man. He said, yeah, I've been staying inside as much as possible to stay cool. Yeah, good, good. And from a little side note, for everybody who have air conditioning units outside, that's sitting outside. If it hadn't rained yet, just one of the AC guys told me when he was working on the AC at the job, he said just go get you a pot of water, cold water, and just pour it on your air conditioning unit to cool that pump down because it's constantly pumping, especially if it's not raining. If it's not raining, to help cool that down. But yes, y'all, we're gonna talk about something today. Nebraska is definitely an oh Lord, Nebraska. Wow. Hey, wait a minute, put it back up. Cheryl, if this is your first time here, we welcome you. We welcome you. We always welcome someone if that's their first, if this is their first time here. We always welcome you. But and we appreciate you so much, Cheryl, for tuning in with us today and let us know it is hot out there in Nebraska. I didn't think Nebraska got hot like that. But y'all, we're gonna talk about this subject. Lord have mercy. I mentioned it today in Sunday school at church. I mentioned it today. And here's the topic that we're gonna talk about. She said, yes, but I followed by. Okay, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. And if you don't mind, you can become friends with me on my social media page too. So send me a friend request. Here's a subject, y'all, that is uncomfortable. And I know many of y'all probably have never heard of it. It's called the rainbow kisses. This ain't got nothing to do with homosexual stuff. Not this. No, I don't talk about that anyway. So enough people are already talking about that. But rainbow kisses. And everyone that's in the chat, put a 3 in the chat if you ever heard of that. And then put a 4 if you have never heard of it. The rainbow the rainbow kisses. Put a 3 if you heard of it. Put a 4 if you never heard of it. It's going to be uncomfortable, y'all. I might not even be on here long.
Okay, before.
So you never heard of it. Okay, oh, y'all never heard of it. Okay. I need for y'all to put your seatbelts on. Put your seatbelts on. Because I'm not going to sugarcoat the truth. We're going to talk about what's really going on, especially in this digital world that we're in right now. Y'all see me looking up because I'm reading my notes. I do take notes. I learned that from my son right here. I used to do it in school. When I got out of school, I got away from it, but now I'm coming back now. This digital world where our youth are exposed to everything, whether they are ready for it or not. And today's topic might shock you at first, but stay with me. Stay with us. Stay with us. We're diving into one of those internet slang terms you might have heard online. A lot of people may have not heard it, but it's talking about the rainbow kisses. We're not talking about colors or candy. This one is the sexual slang. Let me rewind it. We're talking about sexual slang. It get thrown around. So let's go ahead and get into this. What is? Oh, she said you got questions. What you got? Question marks. Let's get into this though. Once she get ready, if Keisha put up a question. What is rainbow kissing? What does it mean? Rainbow kissing refers to a very explicit sexual act involving oral sex between partners, especially during a woman menstrual. This may not sit well with some folks. That's fine. If you want to turn it off, that's fine. This is what's going on in these streets right here. Not only on these YouTubes, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok streets, but out here in these streets for real. Yes. And the sharing of fluids through a kiss afterwards. We getting into it right now. And when I read further down in my notes, you're going to see why it's called that. But it's dealing with oral sex between partners, especially during a woman menstrual period. Yes, it's graphic. But we're not here to promote it. We're here to try to the best of our knowledge, try to explain it. From my research I've done on it, trying to explain it. It's part of what some call fetish culture. We know a lot of people have a lot of fetish going on. Some people got foot fetish. Some people got leg fetish, arm fetish, ear fetish, whatever the fetish is. Um, it's a fetish. Things people do out of extreme curiosity, personal preference, or honestly, to just shock others. Years ago, it used to be a thing called rainbow ring that dealt with oral sex too. But why are people talking about it or not talking about it? Why is it even a thing? Why is it just not coming up? See, a lot of time people be on social media and they're on all these other platforms, and when especially older people, the older people, they hear stuff like this, they immediately turn it because they don't want to hear stuff like this. Or when you talk about it, church, oh, we don't need to hear about this stuff. There should be some stuff said at home or in the home. But a lot of times, the parents don't even talk about stuff like this in the home. So yeah, that's nasty, but I haven't heard of it not as a fetish. But I'm from Louisiana and heard about it in reference to rituals and voodoo. Yeah, yeah, yep,
God dang.
yeah. We live in a time and age where shock value sales. We're just talking about that on this platform. What stuff said, stuff like this sells. Just like racism sells. The more bizarre or outrageous something sounds, the faster it spreads. Young people hear about these things before they even know how to navigate healthy relationships. But here's the problem. Just because something is trending or talked about doesn't mean it's healthy, safe, or normal. He just talked about that. And see, this is something that a lot of people don't want to talk about. This is something a lot of people don't even want to hear about. But it's true, and it's going on. We got to get out of this mindset that a lot of stuff that we may hear is not really happening. It's not really happening, but it really is, y'all.
It's a lot of stuff
It really is.
whether you know about it or not.
What gives it the rainbow kisses like that? What gives it its name is this right here. It's during a woman's menstrual period, and it's also a man's semen, and they mix it together and they kiss. You know how dangerous that is health-wise, STDs. You know how dangerous that is. During a woman's cycle during that time of the month, it's to clean her out. Yes, Keisha, yes.
There's crazy people out here.
That is crazy. That's sickening. That's nasty. Now, how many STDs you can get from that? That's a time when a woman is being cleaned out of her body, stuff like that. Throw the whole human away. Woo. But like on Fresh Prince when he used to throw Jazz Jeff out the door. That's how bad it is, y'all. And I know people gonna turn this off, especially when they hear it. I know they're gonna turn it off, but that's fine. Everybody that's sticking here, we appreciate you. This stuff needs to be talked about. These young people are doing some stuff that these grown folks have no clue. I ain't trying to be popular. I ain't trying to be this and that. We try to talk about stuff that people that really don't want to talk about. Cheryl said this sounds like mental illness as well. Something got to be going on up here, Cheryl. Something got to be going on up there. What even possessed you want to even do that with a woman going through that? They already say you shouldn't even be having sex with a woman during that time of the month. She said, I don't even like to be around people when it's my time of the month. That's doing way too much. Kid, they're doing so much stuff now. They're doing so much stuff now. It is. I ain't gonna get too explicit with it because I can get into it, but I'm not gonna get into it like that. But y'all got the point where the color come from. Why they call it that? And I got this from a friend of my page, Pamela Ann. She had it up, and I said I won't talk about it a little bit.
I can just imagine how it works for kids.
And these are uncomfortable topics that we don't want to talk about. Even in the church don't even want to talk about sex. With the Bible, it talks about sex in the Bible, but you don't want to talk about sex in the church. Anyway, I can't even begin to explain the mindset of someone willing to do that. And I love to analyze minds, but that ain't it. No. But these kids are doing it. These kids are doing it. Like I said, a few years ago, it was a rainbow ring. And I just give this version of it. It's when 5 different women, girls, will put on 5 different color lipstick, and they see how far they can go down on the board. Oh, I know some of y'all just say, click, let me turn this off. This ain't what I'm trying to listen to. Now, I know it. It's okay, though. It's okay. Yes, oh, Lord have mercy. We need it. We need it. And so now we went from the rainbow ring now to the rainbow kiss, which is that is nasty within itself. But y'all, this is what's going on. And if it's your first time ever coming on this channel, we welcome you to Real Talk Conversations, y'all. Thank you all for joining us today. Thank you all. We appreciate you all. We love y'all. If you're on YouTube, click that notification bell. Click the like button and click that notification bell. And you get every time you get a notification every time we get ready to go live. And if you're on Facebook, click that like button and follow us, or even become our friends. And if you're first time here, like Cheryl on here, we welcome you all. We welcome you all to Real Talk Conversation. Welcome you all. Thank you all for tuning in today to this uncomfortable topic. It's uncomfortable, but it's okay. We need to talk about this stuff. Health, respect, and boundaries. Let's talk real. Let's talk real, y'all. She'll say, I'm going to have to catch us later. Thank you for the info, although it is a topic that needs to be discussed, and I believe people need to be aware of this because it is just ungodly. Yes. Yeah. Appreciate the time that you was on here. Come back anytime. A lot of times I have a flyer on. Yeah, we know what you meant. Yeah, we know what you meant. And anytime we go live, I will have a flyer. That you know that we'll be live on today. This act involved bodily fluid, blood, and semen. I shared it for you. Good luck. I'll be back to watch later. Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much. This act involves bloody fluids. Bodily fluids. Same to you, Donna. It involves bodily fluids, blood and semen. That comes with serious health risks, including sexually transmitted infection. This isn't about judging people, but we have to say it loud. Respect for your body matters. This is something that your body, a woman goes through every month to clean herself out. But now they're taking it, and they don't take it to a whole crazy level. But see, that's what Brandon was talking about. on his podcast a few minutes ago. You know, we see these trends and these challenges, and that's something they want to grasp and they want to do.
That stuff ain't for you, bro.
Stuff and everything's not for you, especially this right here. It's so much in that is deadly. So much in that is deadly and can be harmful. Even it can cause death if you're not careful. You know, just like you were saying, or you don't have to try everything someone throws at you. Love doesn't mean saying yes to something that makes you uncomfortable. Curiosity doesn't mean crossing your boundaries. Love don't make you do that stuff right there. That ain't love.
I've heard some people say, you know, especially if they like married or whatever, but you love your partner, this and that, third, bro, I can love you all I want. That don't mean I gotta do that. You know? That don't mean I have to do that.
No, that doesn't mean
And
it at all.
especially if you know me and I know you, we've been married, God knows how long or whatever. For you to even like bring that up to me, it makes me wonder, do you like really know me for real? And like vice versa, if it was the other way around. I don't know.
What's the topic? Rainbow kisses. And I meant to give the disclaimer earlier. If you have a weak stomach, you might not want to listen to this. You might not want to listen. I'm not gonna get graphic like that with it, stuff like that. I'm not. But I'm gonna talk about it.
It's fair use.
Yeah. You better leave that up there. This is for educational purposes right here. This is nothing. Even though we're not playing a video,
Still,
but what I'm saying, I'm talking about some stuff that it's a good chance that this live right here will get flagged. It's a good chance. Hopefully it don't. Hopefully it don't. Donna, that is something that it goes with oral sex with a woman on her menstrual and a guy semen mixed together and they kiss each other with it. She said, if you're a visual person too, because I'm sure pictured it. Because I sure pictured it. Help me, Lord, shaking my head.
Yeah, if you got a weak stomach.
You got a weak stomach, you better go head on.
Like Keisha said, if you're a visual person, we apologize in advance. But
sorry, but this is something we need to talk about, y'all. No, for real, though. For real. For real. I mean, just like I Googled it and looked it up and did some research on it, it's easy for you all to go do the same thing. I said it in church today. I didn't go into what it was. I just said, y'all go look at it, Google it, do some research on it, talk to your children, grandchildren about it. Because I didn't want to get nasty and graphic in church, which I can if I wanted to, but I didn't want to today. I didn't want to. Another time I went there, but I didn't do it today. Y'all go Google this stuff. Go look it up for yourself.
And doing stuff like that, that's mental illness.
Yeah, like Cheryl said, that's some type of mental illness. To even engage in a woman time of the month. To even engage in that, they already tell you don't have sex with a woman when she's on when it's that time of the month for her. But hey, y'all don't like those type of subjects. Y'all think y'all kids ain't doing this kind of stuff. You don't know what your child do when they're not around you. You don't know that. My mama didn't know what I was doing when I wasn't around her. So I say the same thing even with my own kids. I don't know what they may do. I'm not saying they involved in stuff like this, but you don't know what your child will do.
Look, I'm 27. The amount of stuff I've heard over the years, bro, especially once I hit like 21, man, some people doing some crazy stuff out here. And I'm just like, Jesus, bro, like, what is happening?
It's sad.
And they just be saying it like it's normal, like it's something that everybody is doing. I'm like, no, that's just you.
That's you. Everybody ain't doing this stuff. But y'all, it's a lot of stuff going on. I want to bring this topic up first because this is going on. This is going on. And just to give a word to the youth and to the parents, that's sick. That is sick. That is, it is. It is sick. It is. It really is. And just to give just a little thing, a word to the youth and parents, to the young listeners, don't believe the hype. We should say that back in the day. Don't believe the hype. Public Enemy has a song like that. Don't believe the hype. If someone pressures you into something just because everyone is doing it, that's a red flag. If everyone is doing it and it's not positive, it's not something that'll help you, and it's not something that's going to elevate you, it's not something that's going to educate you, it's not something that's going to push you to the next level in your life, if it's not something that's going to expand your whole life and your mind and your thinking to a better, don't even do it.
And I said that on my podcast.
Yep. Don't even fall for that mess.
If it feels uncomfortable and you feel it in your spirit and your gut that this is something you shouldn't be doing, then don't do it.
Your gut don't lie.
And you're going to have some, whether it's friendships or relationships or whatever, that's going to be like, you you love me as a friend or whatever, or you do this because we're friends and blah, blah, blah. You might want to cut yourself from them.
Just like I have said in Sunday school before, young ladies, I'm talking to the young ladies, just because that boy tell you pretty, you got a nice shape and all that kind of stuff, it's an agenda behind that. Especially if he's already sexual active. It's an agenda behind. And I said the same thing with the young boys. Young boys, just because that girl tell you look good and all this kind of stuff, it's an agenda behind that. Especially if she's sexually active.
Don't just run with it.
Don't just run. Don't go for all these things that seems like it is fun to do, or it's the latest trend, or it's the latest challenge, it's the latest thing to do. This stuff is deadly to your health.
If it don't get you now, it get you later on in life. Or it could be passed down to your kids. You never know.
So the kids don't have that instinct though, especially being shielded or kept in the dark about stuff like this. They just do what is popular and or what is asked of them sometimes, especially if they are weak-minded. Yeah, that's what they call trying to get the low-hanging fruit. If someone is nasty enough to do that with you, imagine who else they've done that with. Thank you for saying that, because I was heading that route. I was heading that route right there. If they're doing that with you, they already have experienced it.
Yeah. Especially if they comfortable with just saying it like it's nothing. No, yeah, they done did that before.
So you kissing, you spreading all this stuff.
Yeah, you don't done this before.
We have women in here. Women know. We are men, so we don't know about that time of the month. I just know what my daughters have shared with me when it was their time, or when I was dating and married and stuff. I just know then how it was explained to me. But these young people, they don't know. They don't know this stuff. They don't know. And they're just out here doing any and everything. And we're trying our best to help them, to prevent them and help them along the way in this life, this thing called life, as they say. This is something serious, y'all. It is something serious. To the parents, don't shy away from these conversations. If your kids aren't hearing the truth from you, they're hearing lies from the internet. So parents, y'all need to stop BS. And I ain't talking about the cuss BS. BS can stand for bad stuff. Y'all need to stop this BS or holding back from telling these kids the truth about a lot of stuff, especially when it comes to sex. A lot of y'all shy away from being honest with your kids about this. Adults are doing or out here or out there doing it as well. Yeah, people wonder why they are always sick. Yeah, yeah. And I was going that route too, Donna. Adults are doing it too.
Yeah.
Trying to be hip.
I've heard some people.
Just because you date somebody younger than you, still don't make you young.
I don't know where that comes from.
I don't know where it come from either. Yeah, I got me a young girl, man. You know, I feel like I'm 20. I'm 30 again. Boy, you still 50-something years old. See how they let that mind. Anyway, parents, stop shying away from these conversations, especially about sex. Because if you don't teach them, and if you don't tell them, and you don't let them know, guess what? The internet gonna let them know, or some little boy or girl gonna let them know. Especially if they're already getting busy. So if you don't tell them the real truth, and they start getting on the internet Googling stuff, they're gonna find out. It's easy to put up those sexual sites. It's easy. Mess around and create a new strain with all this experimented. Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Mess around and create a whole new disease.
I can go pull up videos. I can pull up videos of young girls at 12, 13 years old, pregnant. I know a woman today. She's about a year or two older than me. She had a child at 13. You know what that does to a child's body? Carrying another body inside of them.
At that age.
At that age, and then she birthing the baby.
Because you're taking up out of here.
Because when women have babies, they say it's a near-death experience. That's what they all say. Because everything elevates, the heart rate, blood pressure, all the stuff elevates. So parents, because I talked to Brandon about sex, but about 6 years old, 7 years old. I didn't wait till he was 13, 14. I started then. My mama taught us about sex when I was about 9. It was different back then, but I was about 9. She didn't wait till I was 13. And my brother gave me the whole final scoop about the boy becoming a man when I was 10, 11 years old. So a lot of y'all just say, ooh, that's too early. That's too early. Keep thinking that stuff is too early, especially in the generation we're in now. Keep thinking that. These kids are sexually active. This is why you shouldn't be tongue kissing folks you're not married to.
Man, bruh. Bruh. This was before, like, when I used to perform at, like, clubs and stuff like that or whatever. The amount of stuff I seen, because I just go there, dance, get paid, network, then I leave. I don't stay there too long. But the stuff I seen within, like, an hour or 2 or 3 hour span, bro, this ain't it, bro. I'm ready to go.
You know, it's elevated. Nothing is new. Nothing is new under the sun. It's just elevated now. Elevated 10 times more. Even back in the Bible days, they had the orgies and all that kind of stuff, and you know, they just experiment more in this generation, at this time that we're in now. But it's nothing different than what went on back then. But parents, you got to stop. You got to stop playing around, waiting until they like 14, 15, start talking to your kids. A lot of people are too giving with their body. Yep, they're too giving with their body.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what did they call it now? What kind of body count you got?
What's your body count?
Yeah. How many people don't sleep with? That's what they mean. For y'all who don't know what that is.
You usually catch. I mean, it do be women that ask that question, but you mainly catch like a guy asking that question.
Mm-hmm. And what trips me out, especially with men, is that they can have a high body count. But if a girl got a high body count, they don't want it.
Shoot, it can be only 2. 1 or 2, maybe 3.
They don't even want it.
They don't even want it. I'm like, but you got about 20, bro.
But 20. She might have 2. So what make you better than her? But anyway.
That's all another time for it.
But herpes, yeah. So parents, stop playing around waiting. And get out this mindset where I tell them about the birds and the bees. Bunk all that, talk about some birds and the bees. Let's talk about your male part and your female part. Let's talk about that. Forget saying some birds and the bees. It's time to talk serious with these kids. You think these kids don't understand? These kids understand way more than what you give them credit for. If these kids can operate a phone at 3, 4, 5 years old, wait, let me change that. 1 and 2, 3, 4, 5 years old. These kids, when they're about 5, 6, is ready. You can start talking to them about sex because they're gonna mess around and they're gonna stumble across something on the internet, and it's gonna captivate their mind, and they're gonna be drawn into it. That's the whole thing about the porn industry. It captivates the mind. It puts your mind into a whole different realm.
If you're not monitoring your child, or like you don't have restrictions on their tablets or whatever it is they have, their phone or whatever.
Okay.
I want you to know how easy it is for something to just pop up. It don't matter if it's YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, whatever. It's just as easy, bro. It's real easy to just pop up. Or they could be reading something, and you might think, oh, they don't understand what this is. Shoot, you don't know what a kid might find curious and look up.
Yeah. But they want that girl to be a virgin, but still be a freak. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, rainbow kissing is real. It's out there. But it's not something that should be glamorized or joked about like it shouldn't be. It should be talked about serious and taken serious. You know, be honest with your children when you're talking about sex and stuff. So that's why we always say, that's why platform is called Real Talk. We're gonna talk about some real stuff. We're gonna keep speaking truth. We're not gonna sugarcoat it, even if it's uncomfortable. Because silence doesn't protect our people. Force helps protect our people. We need to stay informed. We need to stay wise, stay respectful. So that's why I'm respectful on stuff that I talk about. But we need to talk about the stuff that's going on. This is real. This ain't no joke. This is no laughing matter. It's going down. These kids are having sex. These kids are partying like that. These kids are experiencing drugs. They're doing all this type of stuff. And you think it is a joke. You think it's funny. You think it ain't happening. Because it may not happen to your child. Doesn't mean it can't happen to your child. And I'm not speaking nothing over nobody like that. But it can happen to your child. But stop thinking that stuff will never happen to my child. And for y'all Christian folks, y'all need to stop thinking that can't happen to you or your child just because you think you that anointed. You know how many anointed people, kids are on heroin? How many anointed people, kids are on some type of pill or some type of drug or even in this graveyard? I would never say that nothing went, and my kids would never do nothing like that. I pray that it never happened. You should never think that your kids won't do nothing. Your kids, that means your child is perfect.
You know, on top of it, you don't know every single one of your kids' friends. You don't know everything. No. You only know about.
Ooh, I'm glad you said that, man.
You only know about the main ones they tell you about. Mm-mm. You don't know every single one of them. You know, on top of that, you don't know their friends' friends. You're never going to find it. Because some of them look at it like, if I can't do that, then I'm going to just shelter them or isolate them. You do that, it's just going to make it worse. It's just going to make it worse. So once they leave your household, or even they might, even as a teenager, what they're going to do is start going sneaking out. Or even when they get older, they're going to get out here and start doing some crazy stuff. The best thing you do is just be straight up with them.
Straight up. You don't be straight up with them. Somebody else will be straight up with them.
Or they just go back lost.
Yeah. Many parents fail to supervise their children's use of phones and computers. There are numerous inappropriate cartoons available to children. Ooh, yeah. And parents often lack the necessary awareness to address the issues. Yes, it is. You notice now the cartoons have changed. Yeah, I guarantee you, if they made a new Popeye now, Olive Oyl won't look like she did when I was growing up.
Oh yeah.
Olive Oyl was a slim, skinny old little something. Let them invent a new Popeye. Olive Oyl will have a body. So with Popeye. You see how they captivate the mind. The eyes are the gateways into the mind. Because we see. We're visual people. We see. Like Keith was saying earlier, we're visual. We see stuff. And so once we see it, it's already starting to be visual in our heads, in our mind. It's a scary world out here right now. And the devil's like, y'all want me, you got to come out here and get it because I got it. So that's why when you look at certain stuff, they pump certain things in the algorithm. They put up and post a lot of stuff. There's a horrible black cartoon that comes on at night. It's just horrible. Yeah. They pump a lot of sexual stuff. They're pumping it like no tomorrow. Everything is changing. Everything is changing. Y'all parents don't want to talk about sex to your children, but they get ready to start talking about this stuff in the schools. I remember we had sex education in school. They took it out. And then when I was going to school, when they had sex education in school, like you hear about girls being pregnant now in school, you didn't hear too much about that when I was going to school.
Even when I was in school and stuff, they talked about it, but they only can cover it to some degree. And now it's probably getting to the point they finna try to take that out of school.
Mm-hmm. So don't shy away from it, y'all. Don't shy away from it. Be straight up with it. So that's an uncomfortable topic that I was talking about. That's why I said let's talk serious. That's a serious topic. Another serious topic that we may get into later on more in depth is our young people. Our young people passing away. They're getting unalived like it's no tomorrow. Just had an event down in Pageland at a watermelon fest. Young guy was unalive. It's serious out here. And just because some of these parents, just because you don't want to talk about it, these kids are getting involved in some stuff that you don't even want to talk about. When you have the whole opportunity to talk about it, but you won't talk about it. You just push it to the side, let it go on by its business. That's how serious it is out here now. Real serious. Anytime you take somebody that's not even 13 years old, they're unalive at that young age. That's how serious it is. People don't like to talk about that stuff. You don't want to talk about it. But we got to talk about it, y'all. And not only talk about it, we got to try to come up with some type of solution. And I know it's easy. Yeah, just take it to church and get prayed over and stuff.
That ain't enough.
That ain't enough. We got to spend time with them. We got to do other stuff with them. Just like the Holler Center, try to create avenues for them. Like I think the entrepreneurship going on for the young people. Try to give them something to do. We got to give them something to do.
As somebody that's a Christian, mind you, I'm 27 and all that. The people that I talk to that's like the same age or younger than me or whatever, bro, I'm gonna be real with you. I've been about, like, don't get me wrong, yeah, their son is going to church and all that, but it's a lot of that is not going to church. You got to go to them. Because exactly what they're saying is, bro, y'all don't even, We ain't trying to hear nothing you talking about.
And then most of them tell you, you ain't living what you're going to listen to.
Exactly.
So the kids ain't lying.
Yep.
Why do I need to go there and you ain't even doing right?
Right.
So they're not lying.
Then y'all don't want to have a conversation with them, or you look down upon some of them, or look at them like they not living a righteous life. Like, bro, you ain't perfect. Like, you didn't do stuff when you was a kid or a teenager or whatever. Don't look down on these people, bro.
Mm-mm.
If anything help them, they want the help. All you need is to get one.
Some kids are crying out for help. They're crying out for help. They really are. They do it in a different, unique way, but they're crying out for help. Prime example. Because when I watch movies, I look for meanings in some of these movies, especially when they're talking about like certain artists that's don't pass away. Because I was watching Friday, I was watching Notorious, and I don't watch about 3 or 4 times, so I watch them to get meanings out of maybe some I missed or whatever. And I'm watching Tupac, All Eyes on Me. I was watching that. Tupac got a song out, and they still play it to this day. It's called Tears. Tupac was crying out, I suffered through the years. I shed so many tears. Tupac was saying, I'm having visions of leaving here in a hearse. God help me. He was crying out. But you know, and I understand some people, they were like, well, they ain't want the help. Sometimes you got to go to them. Biggie was crying out in some of his interviews. He was saying, I see them coming to get me. Just like we cry out when we need help. A lot of times people don't pay attention to it.
Yeah.
A lot of young people are crying out right now. As my big brother, one of my mentors, he always said, we got to get to the point, we got to stop talking about the children of the future. He said the children are right now. Because if we don't get them right now, they're going to either be locked up in a nursing home somewhere because can't nobody take care of them because they don't got shot up, or they're going to be in a cemetery. And the way that these movies and all this other stuff is glorifying the prison life, they're trying to draw them in. There's people, anytime someone talks against what's going on, people tend to shut that down. It's just like when you see all these false prophets out here, these false pastors and stuff like that. If anybody that's standing truly on the word of God and speak against them, people tend to shut them down and tell them, you don't know what you're talking about. You know, it's because it's their favorite pastor or whatever. But they're telling the truth. And it's just like this right here. Anytime somebody's talking against, not trying to talk against all this evilness in the world, people will tune that out because that's what they're so used to and prone to. We're so used, this generation is so used to seeing this negativity. And then a lot of times we're not doing any better or showing them a better way. Just like in the Christian world. And I said this in Sunday school this morning. Yeah, I don't too much bite my tongue in Sunday school. And I said in Sunday school this morning, just like revival services, it's revival season going on right now. A lot of people won't go to the revival unless it's a pastor that they love to hear. Somebody can get up there and speak the same thing flat-footed and don't do all that stuff that some of these other pastors do, and you'll say he won't preach it because you're so prone and so tuned and so accustomed to how they preach. So you won't go listen to them. Everybody don't hoop and holler. Everybody don't do that. Some people stand flat-footed, 10 toes down, and just preach. and read straight out that Bible. But you don't want that. You want some of that. You want that. That's what you do. That's what you do. But we gotta get these young folks. We got to try something, because they're doing a lot of stuff. They're doing stuff I would have never imagined in my life. For one, you feel my mama and my brother. Yeah, I did some stuff that I never sit here and say I didn't. But some of the stuff these young people doing, I would dare do that in fear of that. Even when I did stuff back there, I was scared even then. Because my mama would have heard that. I get chance I probably be on here.
It's like a lot of people younger than me at my age don't have a conscience. They're just moving. Just nonstop, just moving. I'm not thinking of nothing. It's just there's no conscience. They just doing everything without thinking of the repercussions and what happened and all this stuff. Some do. I ain't saying there's none out here that don't think like that, but it's a lot of them that don't. They just moving, just doing whatever, not thinking this could dishonor my mama and my daddy, or my grandma and all this other stuff, or better, just dishonor yourself.
Yeah. Some things, I don't agree with some stuff Charleston White say, but I agree with some stuff that he do say. And when they play some of his stuff, when I be watching it, and they ask him, is he telling the truth? Is it facts? A lot of people can't disagree with it. They don't like his delivery, but what he's saying has a lot of truth in it.
Mm-hmm. You like that, though.
Yeah. So I ain't gonna hold y'all long. Get out of here. I just want to talk about, and we're gonna do more of this to talk about some uncomfortable topics.
And
that's uncomfortable. The rainbow kisses. It's a lot of stuff. And parents, the kids speaking slang. If I were you, I would find out what these slang terms are. Mm-hmm. They speak around you because they know you don't know. They do a lot of gang signs and stuff around you because you don't know.
And this might be a little bit off topic, but I want to bring this up because there is kids and some of my age that move like this. But, I get it, it may be things that happen in people's lives, to where they're less fortunate. They have to do what they got to do to get, to make ends meet and all this other stuff. But, you got some that say, well, I had to do this. No, you didn't, bro. So nobody in your life is doing good. Nobody tried to point you in the right direction. I'm talking about actually was like putting forth effort towards you and stuff. So everybody in your family is just doing bad. Nobody's doing good. Stop it, bro. That's a choice you make.
Mm-hmm.
I'll talk about that another time.
So, getting ready to get out of here. What you got going on?
Yeah, y'all know the merch and all that other stuff. Trying to come up with some better quality and all that for y'all. Make sure y'all comfortable and feeling good. Make sure ain't nothing, it don't, the logos and stuff I be making doesn't come off or anything. If it does, it'll be like a long time before that actually happens, Got some videos and stuff I'm gonna be dropping pretty soon and all that. Gonna be collabing with some people. Got a bunch of stuff going on with this. I'm here. Working on my book. I'm slowly getting back to I still talk about sickle cell, so it's not like I stopped on that. But doing more educational videos about that. I might do skits, or I might just be straight up and just tell you what it is. Whether it be from personal experience or just stuff that is going on in the sickle cell community and the world, because there's some crazy stuff going on. it's some positive stuff too. Yeah, just gonna be doing a lot. Just gonna be doing a lot. So just be on the lookout. Put it that way. Just be on the lookout.
Yeah. And we thank each and every one of you all for coming in, commenting. Thank you for your support. Thank you for sharing some of your experience yourself or what you may have heard. What I got going on is that I still have a shirt, at least make shirts. So my topic doesn't matter to you until it affects you. That is so true. That is so true. And got that going on. I'll be in a meeting tonight about silver and gold and stuff. I missed it on Tuesday. I had about 40 people in the room. I had to work, so I missed that meeting. So if you want to know more about that, just hit me up, because everything is changing. It's this money that you have in your pocket, that dollar bill really ain't worth nothing about 3 cents now. It says $1, but it really, American money ain't really worth nothing like that anymore. Anyway. That's why certain countries like outside, like China and Russia, they get into the gold and stuff, gold and silver, because it holds value. So if you'd like to know more about that, just hit me up, DM me, and I'll let you know more about it. I've seen some information, stuff like that. Y'all know I don't get involved with stuff unless I really check it out myself. So we got into that. Y'all, we appreciate you all coming on. I'll let y'all know about next week.
Oh, yeah.
I got a lot of stuff going on anyway. But I do work. So
Yeah.
And we have to work sometime because I work at a dealership. So we have to work on the end of the month, on Sunday at the end of the month. So I'll let you know if we're going to do something or what. But yeah. Yeah, we probably do. I get with Neil. We probably do open mic this week. We couldn't do it last week, but probably do open mic even if he's busy, and a lot of times he would still jump on.
It should be a little later.
Yeah, we still gonna try to do, because we want to get back to doing it every week too. I don't have a couple people ask me why we don't do it every week no more. So we're gonna try to start back squeezing that in every week. So we talk about different topics throughout the world that's going on in the world. So we do a little different. And we talk on both sides. We talk about the gospel world, talk about the rap world, talk about the church world. We all sides. So it don't even matter.
It's just life be life, and sometimes so we be having to take care of stuff.
Yeah.
We still live normal lives at the end of the day.
Yeah. I still got to get up in the morning.
Yeah. So sometimes just living our life we normally do.
But I'll be in a meeting this evening. I think we got a meeting this evening, 8, maybe 9 o'clock. I got to find. I got to hit man Pastor, because I got to get him back on so he can come back and share some more stuff. There's a lot of stuff going on with that. So good things too. So I'm gonna see, can we invite anybody, and if you'd like to know and be invited to listen in to get information about what I'm talking about. I will send you the Zoom link and you can join in, listen in, and go from there. So I appreciate everybody joining us. Thank you for joining us on Smooth Talk Podcast at 4:30. Thank you for joining us at 6 o'clock. Real Talk Conversation. We appreciate you all. We thank each and every one of you all, and y'all know how we do.